Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. Why I do what I do for you. I got a nice lesson set up for you today. Piggybacking off we got the title, Who is God? It's going to be broken down in a few lessons, just like the third lesson. So let's get ready. Go. Writism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. Message and story for life. I give life lessons. You tune and receive them. We got a good thing going. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right Thinker's mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, and that's what I'm on, is to get your all right thinkers, to know thyself with the lessons that I give you daily. That's why I say my motto, I do what I do for you so you can get to know you too. Alright, so I ask you the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, I know, but if you don't have the answer, that's okay. That's why I'm here to do what I do for you, to help you do just that. You need to know you. If you tune in for me, that's what you want to do. So let's get it on. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. At one point in time, we may have all been there. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. For all those who know that they don't know, I want to teach you so that you do know. I appreciate you. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. It's okay. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my God, be true. I'm on the next page where we talk about netters, God, Ra, and the Ankh. I'm going to show you a picture of the top letter. Then I'm going to show you I started to call it right thinker. Let's talk about who are the gods and netters of creation. Break them down for you. 1 second. And but really the primordial androgyny. I'm going to give you a quick lesson about that. Let me show you a picture of what it looks like. You see the guy right there? That's Amun. Okay? That's him in anthropomorphic form. We give him a body. But you see the top where you see it says netter, one flag, netters. You see 3 flags go from 1 to 3. Then you see where it says, what's that? What does it say there? Does it say Ra? Oh, see, netter's God. Okay. Then you see the circle in the disc. That's Ra. Then you see the Ankh. Those are all hieroglyphic signs they use for God. Okay. Then you see Amun, the ram-headed God. The zodiac starts with Aries, which is April. April Fool's Day. Do anybody know the history of April Fool's Day? Quick lesson, like to do a tidbit every now and then. So I'm going to tell you what. The real New Year is April 1st. Hence, April Fool's Day. Everybody got fooled thinking that it's the third month. It's really the first month to start the new year. And the zodiac starts with Aries. I know I have sons. They're all Aries. Okay, moving on. But that's the concept. So now let's talk about the primal androgyny. What the hell is that? That's my point. When I give you information, I'm going to break it down so now you know. That's called enlightenment. Souls, Haru, son are the what? The same nature, since they came from what? The same place. Where the Creator molded them, nor male nor female are they. Sex is a thing of bodies, not souls. Our soul, remember, Asar represent from God to man. He went from spirit to matter. He put a spirit in human form. Hence, we're spiritual beings having human experience. Asar represents that. We being Haru is the son, the resurrected spirit of Asar, which is symbolically our father. That's where they got Jesus, the Son of God, only begotten. That's where it comes from. I ain't going back and forth, but yeah, Haru is the spirit that's in you. How about that? And we all is the Son of God. I'm just saying, I don't argue, debate, I just teach. So that's the concept. I'm moving on. Let's go. Now let me break this down to the androgyny. Okay. Remember, all spirits are the Son of God. That makes us all sons of God. Above, you see the Egyptian creator God, Amun. His name is spelled Amun, without the letters, without the vowels. It's just Amn, but it is also spelled Amn. Amen. Sound familiar? Then you got to spell Ammon. Amon. Depicted, what's this? In the form of a ram-headed human. Body of a man, the head of a ram. And the thing is, you got to recognize the Egyptians' headdress. That's the significance in all the God and God aspects. They give you the headdress to let you know who they are. And they all have different symbolic headdresses for that reason. Okay? You see an Egyptian god, look at the head. Why? It's going to tell you who he is and what he represents. Let's break it down right now, right quick. Now, Amun was represented first without form. Again, the hidden one. There's no form. Okay? Created and support of all things. We know the hidden one. Amen. At the prayer, we give him praise. Okay. So then, as a ram-headed human, as above we just showed, and finally in a fully anthropomorphic form. In all forms, Amun wears the characteristic headpiece, which they got the sun disk that represents Ra. You see that in the middle? Then you got the two plumes. Normally, the two serpents, those are Nephthys and Aset. You got the plumes that represents Ptah and Haru. The spirit in you and the self-creator is really one. I'm just saying, just the concept. What's this? The two tall plumes represents Haru and Ptah. Thus, Amun also encompasses, what's this? The qualities of Ra, Haru, and Ptah. Hence, the title Amun Ra Ptah. 3 in 1 again. The ram is also a symbol of what? The human soul, the Ba. Therefore, the true identity was this of every human soul is not you, the individual ego personality. And remember, ego is just identification. They know it now. We call it the modern man. They call it the id, who you identify with. You identify, yeah, okay, but that's every individual identifies themselves. So that's what you got to get past that. In the ego personality, but watch this. I'm on or the universal bond. So the true identity of every human soul is not the individual who thinks of himself as I, the ego personality, but you have Amun, or what they call the universal bond. Again, Haru was considered, watch this, to be a symbol of the androgynous soul. I tell you, there's no sex in heaven. Why? Because they're about to break it down for you where I get the concept from. You're not in the physical form. Sex is for the bodies. Spirit is go either way. It don't need to be one or other. But God, when he was alone, was either male or female, hence the three. He was by himself. His offspring became two parts of him. Hence, he came three. And after that is the multiplicity. So watch this. I hope you understand the concept. But let's go with the androgynous soul. Watch this. Haru was considered the symbol of the androgynous soul. He was called the great Hishi. You see a picture right here. Okay. See that right there? If you look at the body, you'll see one side of it is male, the other side you see the breast out. Okay, that means all of us have some male and female in us. So, and they knew that. And the whole spirit and the soul is male or female until it gets into the physical body. Then the sex will be determined. So again, there's no sex in heaven. Why? Because we souls don't have sex to reproduce. We're moving on. As word, watch this. Now the androgynous soul, as well who? Asar, and Ra Atum. In the Shabaka stone, I get listen a while ago, description, it reads, Ra Atum represents the Egyptian version of what? The primal androgyny. The androgyny is what? One who has, listen, achieved balance and harmony in themselves. So you're going to balance out the male and female aspects of your body. You're going to use both sides of your hemisphere, left and right, to make decisions, not just one-sided thinking. Okay, that's what balance means. And watch this: becoming at peace with one's what? Own complementary opposite forces. That means your male and your female side working together in harmony. You're not one-sided. Man think he got more female going on. So I'm a woman. I want to be gay. You got women. Or I'm really a man, woman's body. To a degree. But you got to understand, there's balance. That's the whole concept. So when I hear about the argument about gender and lifestyle, those are all meant to deal with it from that aspect. Okay, it's not a lifestyle. So moving on. But when you come to grips with both opposite forces in oneself, male and female, halves, equal balance, a tune, watch this, is depicted as looking at him or herself. Again, a tomb created, watch this. How did he create? By mating with him and herself. The male part ejaculated, the female part received the seed and got impregnated. That's the concept. Okay, so get understanding. So thereby what? By doing that, it's expressing what? The idea. Listen, that God has one, and God was one. Again, that what originally oneness came the many forms and redemption of God, the one. In this way, watch this. Spirit creates what? Male and female. Although spirit itself is neither and both at the same time. Well, how could that be? I just translated it to you. God is singular. Only one thing is God. Everything comes from that. That's the concept. We understand that. You won't get caught up in, well, they say this God, this God. No, ever one God. Everything comes emanated from him. And they're telling you, thus what? The indwelling spirit of all living and non-living things is what? Androgynous. You got some male and you got some female aspects. That's what they're trying to tell you. Sorry. Or yin and yang. Same thing. Excuse me. I just showed you the goddess. The goddess. Her name is Ardhanari. Matter of fact, it's two. Ardhanari Ishwara from India. This is the India Vedas concept. The androgynous spirit within every human being. That's their concept. We have the same concept. So it's not a big secret. They said this, and all saying the same thing. Okay? Again, the Hindu god, let's talk about that right quick. Got a quick paragraph of information. That's what we're talking about now. The Hindu god, what you see right here, I showed you the picture of the Adhanari, the universal spirit. They're showing you it's male and female. They're showing you that is the soul, what? Of all humans and all creation. Adhanari also represents, again, primal androgyny. We got Amun, they got Adnari. What's this? And Adnari, she represents, or it represents the primal androgyny. And watch this? The right side belongs to the male. The left side of the brain is the male side. Why? Because it operates the opposite of the body. So if the right side is the male, then the left side of the brain is the male side. And you got the left side being the female. So the left side is run by the right side of the brain. All that is figured out. All that's been talked about. So I ain't got to see and go back and forth. I'm no brain surgeon, so I ain't got to tell you about how the brain operates. But that's what it's about. And what you notice what? You notice in the middle, what you see right here in the middle. The ump, right? Okay. So you don't see a vagina or a penis. You see the ump because that's what life creates from. With the male, it's seed. With the female, it receives. So they're telling you, they know all of that. It's already been laid out. And it don't say, well, she's gay or he's this. You have both qualities in you. Use the understanding, use your knowledge. That's the force also. Knowledge is of the force is how to use it. You can't use it if you don't have it. So let me get you right there to get this out the way. So if we did that, you got the arc in the middle at the level of what? The sexual genitalia. The arc from the remotest times of Egyptian philosophy represents what? The union of male and female principles which what? Bestow life. I'll keep explaining to you, male, female. The only way you're going to generate life is to put them together. Two women ain't going to get it done. Two men ain't going to get it done. So we ain't got to have an argument. So please understand that. Thus, watch this. Thus, the same symbol that was used in Egypt at 10,000 BCE what was later used where? In India. 1000 BCE. So 9,000 years later, that emblem still means the same thing, even in somebody else's land, which is India. In Hindu mythology, again, showing what? The correspondence between the Egyptian and the Indian philosophies. If it's good, I'm going to use it. If it works, I'm going to practice it. Simple as that. If it don't work, I'm going to scrap it. This is why I don't follow religion. So understand that spiritual concepts, philosophical points of view, I got a bunch of them. Why? That's what I call my spiritual gumbo. Anything that's good, I'll incorporate. If it don't work, I won't give it to you. Moving on. Now the question I started the lesson out with. Who are the God, the neters of creation? I'm going to try to break this down again. God ain't some man, please get that concept. Let's talk about. We call it netter. The netters with the S is God with a plural. Are what? Listen, please. The netters, aka gods, are cosmic forces. I love this part. Now this is teaching. Now I can get my point across. Throughout and in which the universe operates. God gave everybody a job. I got one too. But the point was the sun, we know, can't be God. Why? It just do one thing. Just shine. That's it. That's it. Go. That's it. God put it there for that purpose. Watch nature. Everything in nature operates on the command that they got from God. It operates the function that God told it to. They are, watch this, they are to be thought of as, again, expressions of the divine will of God, of God's, who the supreme being, Neteru. Neter means the supreme being. Neteru is nature, it's the creation that he creates from himself. Netter or netters, watch this. The netters keep what? The divine order. Maya, perfect example. Tahuti, another example. Hatu. All these is aspects of God that you can manifest, harness, and use for yourself. And when you do that, you have self-mastery. Because these are all aspects of your character. That's why you'll see as you go along. Watch this. The netters keep the divine order in the universe and operate the great plane of what? Nature again. To promote the development and evolution of what? All creatures in the universe. They give life to everything on who? God's command. He's all conscious. He's all knowing. Again, we say that, but you gotta, those are the definition of who he is. He ain't in physical form. We are the physical form and God in physical form. So understand that. Moving on. Let's go. Oh yeah. Oh man, I got one more. I got one more page right here. Sorry, but let's go. So now the netters. The netters, again, I'm trying to get the concept. The netters follow the dictates of God. Words of power, Heka. Whatever he called in command, that's what it did. They act, watch this, in what? A set way as prescribed by the nether God over his creation. They cannot, watch this, the forces cannot act independently of the order set by God. They are expressions of that order, and that's all they represent. Hope you get the understanding. Let's go to the next page. The title is The Gods with the three flags, the meaning representing the three aspects of God. The letters, you hear S, that means creation. That means nature. Okay, God and goddesses. Please understand that netter is one. They show you the one flag for that reason. When they put the S on it or the rule, that means there's going to be aspects and there's going to be many. Okay, the netters, God, spelled with S, represents what? Aspects of God who what? Operate in the universe and what else? In us. Present inside everyone, they must be realized and developed by who? Us, for what? The continuation of our spiritual path of life. When you're living the spiritual journey in life, the idea is to acquire what? Spiritual knowledge of self. We live in a spiritual beings in the human world. We need to act, think, and be what? Spiritual. That's the godly part of us. The spiritual part is God. God is spirit. Now, in Hindu, or in Indian Hindu mythology, again, watch this. Same as in Kemetic Egyptian mythology, they are what? Ultimately, how many? Millions of gods. That's not good. From an absolute perspective, why? The number may be unknown because all objects in creation are what? Given existence by who? The netter. The netter. No S. So therefore, what? All objects, including people, are netters. So how do you get this one person being God? When we telling you anything that has a spirit from the netter is the netter. Okay, watch this. Now, this is getting good. Actions. Here you go. Irie, actions. Pleasing. Watch this. To the netters, which is the forces of God, are those which are what? In harmony, again, with what? Universe. Those actions, watch this, which are displeasing, are the ones which what? Which goes against the natural laws of the universe. The universe is based on what? Maya. Watch this. I'm gonna get to that point, but that's what I'm trying to show you. Once he put Maya, which is order, that's what the universe is based on, order. If the sun was a fraction of an inch this way, that way, it wouldn't be order. If everything moved and replicated, it wouldn't be order. I got some good stuff for you coming up. We got some good information. So let's go. Now, everything is built on what? The natural laws of the universe, which is God set forth. Now, unpleasant consequences are derived from what? Actions against the cosmic order. Right there. Let's stop right there. Let me put a pin in this bubble right here. What they're telling you is, if you're going to live Maya, you're going to live righteous, order, virtuous, you're going to do the right thing. And there's a reward that comes with that. Naturally. That's the natural. It ain't what? It's the natural order. We call them blessings. Oh, God blessed me. But he only blessed those who what? Adhere to his laws. Spiritual disciplined people, spiritually enlightened people, religious people who follow the pace and tenets to the fullest. Those people will be blessed. Why? Because they live it in the harmony with nature. They're doing the right thing and they're being rewarded. If we can teach our young that, they won't go off the rails. Why? Because they want them blessings in life. If you could just do this and something happen, you should just be doing it. I found this out 11 years ago. I've been doing it ever since. I'm just saying, and I'm not a preacher. Again, I don't get into oh, God would do it. No. I know if you act right and do certain things, there's something that comes with that. And this is telling you that in so many words. I'm trying to break it down for you. And watch this. When you go against, you go against laws, nature, you're going to have unpleasant consequences, adversities, okay, fetters that you cause yourself. And what happened? Those consequences are derived from your actions against the cosmic order. So this is not something you control your actions, you control your blessings. Why? You have to earn them. That's why. Oh God, why God let this? Why God let that? God put this thing on autopilot a long time ago. So stop asking for his help and put yourself in position to help yourself. Oh, the Savior will come back and take us away. Sorry about that. I get a little upset about that nonsense. Okay, here you go. Let me wrap this up. Sorry about that. But the whole point is what? The goal of life, right, thinkers? Listen, is to consciously come into what? Harmony with the cosmic order by what? Regaining. Regaining what? Your memory of who you are while you're in the physical form. Your memory has been wiped, so you don't know who you are, but you can regain that by what? You're regaining one's true identity. How? The netters may be categorized in three groups to find out, do netters exist? Do God exist? Right? First of all, we're going to do the metaphysical netters. Who are they? Medical physical letters represent what? The principles of the universe. Again, they are Ra, Amun, and Ptah, the Trinity, also known as Nebercha. Everything is Amun, Ra, Ptah, the three in one. These are direct creations from the netter of netters, Neteru. Again, they are responsible for the direction and the management of what? Creation when at every moment, and is previously discussed in the chapter before on the Egypt. I didn't do that with you, but Egyptian physics. It tells you about how nature acts, and this is what they're telling you right now. Watch this. I just broke it down. How nature acts on its own. You fall in line with nature. The Western civilization, we fight nature. Every other group of people lived in harmony with nature. The idea, they just told you, if you live in harmony with the cosmic forces, which is nature, good things will happen. Sorry about that. Let's talk about number two, the cosmic forces. The cosmic netters. These are the guys I'm going to break down to you right there. They are seasonal. They are variable in relation to what? The requirements of the metaphysical netters. Why? They obeying the laws of life in general. Examples of cosmic netters are, you ready? Air. We call it air. Ancients called it shu. Gave them an identity, gave them a life philosophical point of view so we can study and understand it. That's shu. That's the medical, physical, what? Fact. Air. We breathe it. That's shu. Next one is Geb. We walk on Geb. What? Geb represents the earth. The physical form of Geb, we know we walk on Geb. Yeah, I call it Mother Earth, but the ancients know it as the male part. Then you got Nu, which represents heaven. They say heaven between the woman's legs. That's what Geb come from. He wanted to get back, but because they had an issue, another story, but he's down here, she's up there. They brought Ra's word. That problem, I tell my people, a lot of students, when the ancient times, the punishment for sin, death. Okay? Anybody perfect? Don't worry if you ain't. You won't last long. You'll work to be perfect. Okay, that's the whole goal. Aspire to be your best self. That's striving for perfection. Just saying, well, I'm just human. That's low steam. Okay, that's low level thinking. All right, but watch this. These are guys I tell you about, and watch this. You got Nu, represents sky and heaven. Okay, you got now Asar. Shu is air. We can't be air. Gab earth. Can't be earth. Can't be Nu, can't be tough Nu. Why? She represents moisture. So we can't be elements. Those are all elements. And the sun is the fire element. But we can have all these characteristics of Asar, which now the spirit in man. We are his sons. We are Haru, the resurrected spirit of Asar, conceptually. And then you got Set, who represents what? Your intuitive knowledge, your wisdom and faculties. Then you got Set is your ego self, and him and Asar, brothers. One represents the spirit that's in man, and the other represents the ego that's in man. And the ego will kill the spirit if the spirit ain't strong. This is why you got to be Haru. Your father come back to avenge you, avenging your father's killer, which is the ego, another lesson. But then you got Aset. She represents what? Intuitive wisdom, okay? Then you got Nefet. She represents mortality. She represents nature. She's in tune with nature. Anything that's born will die, okay? But these are all concepts that you can adjust and harness for yourself and master them. That's how you master oneself. They're all aspects. Let's get to the third one. The natural netters. They are represented in what? The functions of natural objects, such as what? The God Happy. Now, he's the fat guy with the big fat cheeks. He represents the Nile River, the flowing of the Nile River. And then you got the God Apep. He's got two. That's for digestion. He represents, the intestine for you see how you run. So that's all work together. And they had everything set up. They know the body. They know the workings of the body. They know the workings of the brain. They're the masters of the pineal gland. They know about it. Okay, I took up a little more of your time. I got a lesson coming for you. So, in closing, right thinkers, may you let it be 100 and be 100 miles a day. So I never know right thinker like you passed away. I'll be back. I'm not done yet. I got more God lessons for you.